Hello, I'm Monickie Scott.
And this is your girl, Felina B. Flossin. Thank you for joining as we support and encourage women in their five-star living journey. Today, we are shining the five-star spotlight on power couple Greg and Marquetta Deville of Deville Realty, the largest Black-owned real estate company in Nevada, where they assist families by creating wealth through equity. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Well, we are so glad you guys are here. You know, as a power couple, you work together, you live together, you play together. For the most part, you're always together. And together, you make things happen. Marquetta, what does it take to be a power couple?
Patience. So patience, understanding is a is something we've learned. Having to work and live together, it's interesting, but we do it and we have fun doing it, and we wouldn't do anything else.
That's her story.
I was gonna say, Greg, what can you add to that?
That's her story. There's no book to this. And so we're at trial and error, learning how to work together and yet get along. It's interesting. It has its interesting days, but we're learning to grow in this thing. It's our first time doing it. She's been in a profession totally different in real estate that I've been in over 30 years. But she's catching on pretty good. We're learning how to, manage the time. That's the challenge right there. I wouldn't say it started off perfect, but it's getting better.
Let's just, if we had a television show, it would be.
Did you get
no struggle, no progress, right?
Right.
That's fine. There you go.
Excellent. Well, I would love to see y'all show. I know it would be amazing. So, Marquetta, your journey is quite unique. Can you share one experience or a lesson that sticks out or is most memorable for you that helps you become the person you are today?
I would have to say, leaving comfortability and moving into the uncomfortable and the unknown was a huge step for me. From the point of working two jobs just to make sure I wasn't coming in short, even if I didn't have to work two jobs at times, I worked two jobs so that I knew I would be okay. Moving from my career job of 10 years at LensCrafters and going into real estate full-time, managing the company that we built together, it was a very uncomfortable thing, but as you guys can see, we've grown by leaps and bounds, and it really taught me faith. I feel like if God wanted to test my faith, he really did it when Greg asked me to leave my job where I had a 401k life insurance, and if for some reason I had to take off work, I was paid 100% for it because I was a manager in my role. So going from being a general manager and having a check come in every 2 weeks and knowing my bills will be paid. And if something comes up, I would also know like, oh, I get paid in 2 weeks. So, I could take care of that then. Or I could go get a second job, or I could work overtime. So I would say that was one of the biggest transitions that happened in my life. But it was an accomplishment also because, like I said, when I left LensCrafters in 2018, we had 6 agents and 1 office. And now today in 2021, we have over 40 agents and 3 different offices.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So
Yeah.
this is for both of you. Greg first and then Marquetta.
Okay.
What fuels your fire in your professional life? What keeps you motivated to go at it another day?
Well, if you ask me, I enjoy seeing families start creating generational wealth. I've since taken on the name, I'm a wealth builder. I show people how to create wealth through equity. Getting real estate and giving money to people that's free, that's out there, that people say, I didn't know I could get $27,000 towards my down payment. And to help them do it, it's most accomplishing to me. I love it. I'm 3 days on the radio now, 3 offices. My wife's on my team. It's fun to see family get keys who thought they could never own a home, and we help make it possible. That's my dream and my passion.
Absolutely. Marquetta?
So I have a why to why I do things. So my why has always been to leave generational wealth for my children, my children's children, and their children. So every morning I get up and I know I gotta keep going because I have a reason that I'm at this. And on top of that, that's my why, but I get to give my why to somebody else in the community. Every home that I close, every person that I speak with, every time I share my testimony, I'm fulfilling my why, and I'm helping somebody else walk in my why, or even have my why become their why. So my why is generational wealth, and now their why gets to be generational wealth.
What an amazing, amazing thing you all both do. You both should be very, very proud of what you guys are doing in the community. I want to touch back up on the couple thing again. You know, there's a couple listening right now who struggle in the area of supporting each other professionally. What words of wisdom can you share? And Marquetta, you can go first, and then Greg.
Okay. So I would say that always put God first in whatever you do. It's funny because yes, I left LensCrafters when Greg turned and was like, I need you to leave your job and let's grow our business. And I left, but I left like I didn't have that for sure. Like, ooh, I knew Greg was making my salary in a month a lot of times, that I worked 90 plus hours a week, 52 weeks sometimes a year, and Greg would make my salary in a month. But I was so unsure and so nervous and so scared when I put in a 30-day notice, but I stayed an extra 30 days. And then I told him to give me a leave of absence for 6 months in case I
Just
wanted
to be
come.
sure.
Right. And, I shared this with our church in Bible study. Not did God really show out in our lives until I just said, okay, I'm going to trust you, God. I've left my job. I told LensCrafters, okay, go ahead and take me off payroll. I'm not coming back. And when I did that, like, I want to say that was like toward the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, we were getting new agent after new agent. And then Greg said, well, let's open up another office in Henderson. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then we started getting agents at our Henderson office. And then 2019 went through and things were going great. And then 2020, a pandemic happened. And we sold more homes during the pandemic than we were selling like in a regular year. And people were coming out of the woodworks. And so, long story short, if I could encourage anybody, if God puts you to something, go ahead and walk that thing out, because he's going to bring you through. And your story may not be my story, but I know for a fact what he did in my life. So I would encourage you, if God put something on your heart, go full-fledged. It may be scary, but he's going to get you through it.
Greg, can you add to that at all? Or did she say it?
She said it. What I would add, if someone were listening, you know, what I would say is, my wife being my right hand, my partner, my love, at the end of the day, she heard all the war stories anyway. And one night I was praying and I really needed help with someone who God had placed this business, impregnated me with this vision and this business. And I was hiring people who didn't have my best interest. They really saw a paycheck. To me, it was not about money, because God said he owned a cattle on 1,000 hills. He said, don't worry about the money. I got the money. If you do what I'm giving you to do, the money's going to come. So I made it a purpose not to chase the money, to chase giving the dream away. But I needed people in my corner who could help me bring to birth this pregnancy that I had. And then in the middle of the night, I was praying and I said, Lord, I really need some help, because business is growing leaps and bounds. I couldn't keep up with the demand. And it's as if the Holy Spirit had me look on my right side, and my wife was asleep, and said, there's your help right there.
Yes.
And I said, no, because it was like, her job was like a security blanket. God said, and I struggled. I admit, for a couple of weeks, I didn't ask her from what I prayed, and the Holy Spirit told me, there's your help. And so I mustered up to ask her, would you consider working with me full time at the office? And her words to me, and I remember it like it was yesterday, when you want me to quit? Because we were making so much money in the business that it was making her salary for the year. But I needed people who could help me keep up with the demand. Because one of the things I was running into is not being able to keep up. Since we joined radio, it given us a platform that we weren't prepared. I didn't prepare for. That scripture says, open up the window and give you one blessing, you wouldn't have room enough. He poured out blessings, didn't have room enough. And I needed my wife to give up blessing LensCrafters and come over here and bless us.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
She was able to shut the back door on some things for me to keep up.
Yeah.
It would get hard to catch up with all the calls. I would leave radio in a 30-minute show and have 22 calls.
Yeah.
Where in the world I could handle that. And the people who were working for us, once 5 o'clock was there, they were done. They didn't have a commitment to the community as a wife. We there sometimes 7, 8 at night, still returning calls, because we don't want to miss anyone. We don't want anyone to say, I called your office, you didn't call us back. I got tired of not being able to keep up. And so with her coming on board has certainly been a blessing. It has helped us to get the vision that God has placed on us, this mission that we're in charge to do, to get it done. So it's wonderful having her on. We bump heads sometimes because she came
Be
from being
expected, right? Little
she came
few.
boss. She came from being a boss,
Yeah.
and she's used being a boss.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my grandson is standing here. With that said, we had that, getting our, this little power thing, because she was coming from being the supervisor where she was, and I'm being the CEO where I'm at. So she's general manager and the CEO. So we had to kind of work that thing out.
So together, y'all made some growth.
It's been challenging, yes, but we make
Yeah.
learn to stay in each other's lane. We're practicing that,
There you go.
what she's blessed in doing. I've learned to put it to her charge.
There you go.
I'm good at bringing it in. She's good at maintaining, keeping up with the demand.
Yeah.
And so that makes this thing work. I would say to a couple, find your place in that business, a partnership. Not every pastor is a good administrator. Some pastors they preach well, they're orators, but they don't do well at administration. So I would say at administration, my wife does well at that. I can pull the business. I'm the voice, the face, people hear me. But I tell you, Marquetta is behind the scenes. She's like that cameraman who makes the film look great. That's
absolutely. So listen, we're going to give you a chance to tell the listeners about the many ways they can find you online. But before we go, we have to handle a little 5-star business. So Marquetta, when you hear the term 5-star living, what does that mean in your world?
So to me, when I hear the term 5-star living, it's like going to a hotel. If it's a 5-star hotel, you are going for the best of the best. So when I hear 5-star living, I am feeling like you're living your best life. You're traveling, you have balance, you're able to do things you never dreamed of doing before. You are going to your 5-star hotel with all the accommodations there for you. So
nice.
It's like.
What about you, Greg?
So 5-star again. I piggyback on Marquetta. I think 5 stars, living to capacity, enjoying life. Somebody asked me, you know, did I want to join another venture that made more money? And I said, you know what, I'm fine where I'm at, because I realized what God gave me to do. It's this is the perfect place. I don't need to try to find more money. I want to enjoy the life God's given us. And this is 5 star to me right here. You know, I'm able to have a boat on the lake. I'm able to travel as we please, go to football games. That's fun. That's beautiful, and still help the community with the assignment that we were given. So
awesome.
Wow.
So awesome.
yeah.
That was very great. Well, you know what? It has been a true pleasure to have you guys on and learn more of you. Could you please tell our listeners the many ways they can learn more about you online?
So online, you would, well, on IG, we're at Deville Realty. Facebook, I kept it at Greg Deville for Facebook because I had grown such an audience. Then to start over, I just kept it at Greg Deville. So if you join Greg Deville or Marquetta Deville on Facebook, certainly that would be a way to reach us. Sorry about the grandbabies. We're out here on vacation
Hey,
with
that's part of 5 star living.
yeah, right. But we don't want to miss this opportunity. Again, we're so grateful that you all chose to interview us on what we're doing, because what we're doing to us, it's just like, to us, is nothing really. It's like we're working so hard to get people to just wake up, stop giving money away. You're paying rent, you're paying somebody's mortgage, you know. And so to us, it's just like, sometimes I'm more excited for the people than they are, you know, because I see the benefit of it. But again, Facebook at Greg Deville, IG Deville Realty. And if you need to, if you want to go to an email, you can DevilleRealtyLV@gmail.com, or you can text us. We have a text contact, 702-787-7559. Again, we can be reached at 702-787-7559.
Nice.
Excellent. Greg and Marquetta Deville, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We want to thank you all for listening to us and joining us on this 5 star day. We believe in you. We believe that you're going to have a more 5 star life starting right now.
Right now. We know that you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be right here with us. And so for that, we thank you. And we look forward to seeing you on Facebook at 5 Star Living Show, and join us in the 5 Star Living Show Inner Circle. Remember to laugh more and love more while taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
The 5 Star Living Show is sponsored in part by Flossie Flicks Photography, Monickie.com, Flossie Locks, and Meditate with Mo. Until next time, keep 5 star living.
Keep 5 Star Living, and show us some love by leaving a comment and subscribing on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.